guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. This background is not really it, but I'm currently in the process of moving. Every single book that I own is in a box right now. So this video and my books I read in February, my February wrap up, will be in very awkward places in my house because I don't really know where to film. Like, I have filmed in this spot before, but I always try and incorporate my bookshelves into the frame. I know that's like literally no one cares, but I feel weird filming this and not being in front of my bookshelf. Anywho, if you follow me, you may or may not know that I don't really film monthly TBRs because I don't stick to them, but I recently created a book club with some girls from my work, and I'm doing a monthly challenge, the Buzzword Reading Challenge, every month, and I'm also doing some reading vlogs for the next few months. So I'm gonna have a lot of books that I kind of have to read. Now in March I don't really have any reading vlogs. I did have some planned, but instead of them they're going to be moving vlogs because I'm moving, and I've just kind of pushed those books back. So there'll be an April TBR as well that I will film, but I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna do this every single month, but for most months to come I will probably end up doing a TBR, just because now that I'm in a book club and I've got challenges to do and reading vlogs, I've got books that I actually have to read for them, which means I can make a TBR because I have to read them. Now, a really exciting thing is, oh, Ellie fell over. For the month of March, I'm going to be reading only books on my Kindle, because all my books are going to be packed away. It's going to take me a while to get the books on my shelves the way I want them to, and it's going to be very, very stressful. So I have just decided, you know what? We're going to have a month of reading on my Kindle. I have a Kindle Unlimited prescription. I do try and read like 2 books on my Kindle a month at least, but this month we're reading only books on my Kindle. Hopefully that's the plan, at least. Jumping straight into the first book is actually my current read when I'm filming this, but there's literally no way I'll be able to finish this before the end of February, so it's going to be on my March TBR. Let me get the synopsis up because I do not know how to summarize this. The first book I plan to read is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is a book slash trilogy that I really wanted to read. So this is the first trilogy in Robin Hobb's very large universe. It's the Farseer trilogy. I had a goal to read this series this year. I don't think I actually put it on my 2023 book card, or like books I want to read. I don't think I've said it yet, but one of my like goals that I told myself was that I was going to read this because I want to get into Robin Hobb's work. So I'll read you the synopsis. It says, the kingdom of the Six Duchies is on the brink of civil war when news breaks that the crown prince has fathered a bastard son and is shamed into abdication. The child's name is Fitz, and he is despised. Raised in the cattle stables, only the company of the king's fool, the ragged children of the lower city, and his unusual affinity with animals provide Fitz with any comfort. To be useful to the crown, Fitz is trained as an assassin and to use the traditional magic of the Farseer family. But his tutor, aligned to another political faction, is determined to discreet even kill him. Fitz must survive, for he may be destined to save the kingdom. I probably butchered a few things in that, to be honest, but what's new? Anyways, it sounds really cool. It's pretty straightforward. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of political talk, which I love. I am a sucker for a good political system. So I'm 12% so far into the book, and I do really like it. It is very taking me a while to like click with what's going on, but it is the first book in a very large universe, so that's to be expected. I am really enjoying it. I do really like Fitz as a character, and I'm just really excited to see where this goes because I do think it has the potential to be an all-time favorite. The next book that I didn't even know this was on Kindle Unlimited until like I saw it in my recommendation, But the next book is the third book in the Harry Potter universe, which is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So I own all these books physically, but they're going to be in boxes, and one of my goals was to finish series, so I figured this is a good way for me to do that. I'll continue with the series. And yeah, I did not know that the entire Harry Potter series is on Kindle Unlimited, which is fantastic, especially because the last few books are very big books, so I think I'm going to read them on Kindle. Not really have much of a synopsis for this because I don't want to spoil Harry Potter, but it's Harry Potter. Next book I hope to read is probably a book I'll read towards the end of the month, because for some reason I have this thing where if I'm gonna read like long books, I have to read it at the end of the month. I don't know what is with that, but anyway, I would like to read something by Marina Zapata. Now I will have to be in a romance mood for that, but if I am, Marina Zapata is who I'm picking up because a lot of her books are on Kindle Unlimited. So the one that I picked was Wait For It. I don't know if I'm completely hooked by the synopsis, but I'm not like shying away from it. I think it's definitely going to be a book that I'm skeptical about. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I'm willing to give it a go, you know? Anyway, the synopsis is, if anyone ever said being an adult was easy, they hadn't been one long enough. Diana Casillas can admit it. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing half the time. How she's made it through the last 2 years of her life without killing anyone is nothing short of a miracle. Being a grown-up wasn't supposed to be so hard. With a new house, 2 little boys she inherited the most painful possible way, a giant dog, a job she usually loves, more than enough family and friends, she has almost everything she could ask for, except for a boyfriend or a husband. But who needs either of those anyway? Okay, that does sound kind of good. I think this will be a good book because it talks a lot about new house, new, like a giant dog, like it's giving the vibes of moving into a new house, which is what I want. So I'm hoping it's going to deliver on that. I don't know what I'm doing area, because same. This next book, y'all, I am very nervous about it. I don't know if this is a book for me. It could be great, it could be terrible. I know it's a spicy like book, which I don't really tend to thoroughly enjoy, but it does sound really good and I've heard a lot of great things. So that book is Pestilence. This is a series, the Four Horsemen series. They came to Earth. Pestilence, war, famine, death. 4 horsemen riding their screaming steeds, racing to the corners of the world. 4 horsemen with the power to destroy all of humanity. They came to Earth and they came to end us all. When Pestilence comes for Sarah Burns' town, one thing is for certain. Everyone she knows and loves is marked for death. Unless, of course, the angelic-looking horseman is stopped, which is exactly what Sarah has in mind when she shoots the unholy beast off his steed. Too bad no one told her Pestilence can't be killed. This sounds so good. Now the horseman, very much alive and very pissed off, has taken her prisoner, and he's eager to make her suffer. Only the longer she's with him, the more uncertain she is about his true feelings towards her, and hers towards him. And now, well, Sarah might still be able to save the world, but in order to do so, she'll have to sacrifice her heart in the process. That sounds so good. It sounds really good, but it also could go wrong very easily. So I'm nervous. This is definitely probably the one book on this list I'm most nervous about. But, I mean, oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see that. Look at the stars. Like, it's nearly a full 5 stars. That's got to be good, right? I just realized I should probably talk about the 2 books that I have to read. I should have started with those. But for the book club I'm in, I got to choose, and I chose this book very strategically because I knew I had to read the second book this month. So I was like, wow, have to read the first one. I might as well make my book club pick. So I picked The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Okay, I'm not going to read the synopsis for this one because I don't really want to know. Obviously it's about a housemaid. I'm assuming she's Sketch, or the family is Sketch, someone's Sketch, and it's a very popular book and it has a lot of wonderful reviews, but I don't really want to know much more about it. And the book that I'm reading for the Buzzword Reading Challenge, the buzzword this month is secret. So I'm reading the new release, which is The Housemaid's Secret, which I'm not sure if that's a sequel or a prequel, or if it's like, I'm not sure if it's a companion or I don't know, but I don't want to know until I've read The Housemaid, and even then I don't think I'm going to read the synopsis because these are psychological thrillers and I love to go into them knowing pretty much nothing. So I am very excited actually to read those. Was going to start reading them in February, but I decided no, it's March's pick, I better wait till March. The next book I'm hoping to read in March is They Came From the Ocean by Boris Bakiak. So I have spoken a little bit about this author. This is an author I discovered literally in January, I think, and I read one book in January and two in February? No, two in January, one in... I've read 3 of his books, okay? I think I gave one 3 stars, one 3.5, and one 4. He's a very interesting author. He writes horror predominantly. That's what I would call it. I would call it more horror than psychological thriller or anything. It's a horror. And he basically takes very basic plots and twists them and creates a really wonderful story. They're very quick, so if you're doing like a 24-hour readathon or something like that, or you just want a quick read, highly recommend. His books can be a little bit gory, but I'm also someone that hates gore and I'm able to handle it, so I don't think it's that bad. But this is the last book I have to read from him in the Creature Encounter series, so if I read this, that means I've finished a series, which is, again, a goal of mine, and it'll be, I think, the first series I complete this year. So, this, did I say what it's called? They Came From the Ocean. I think I did say that. Fun fact, I hate the ocean a lot. I'm terrified of it. I'm also terrified of planes, and I read It Came With a Crash in February, and that's like a plane crash horror, so that was interesting. But this one I think I will find the hardest to read, I think, just because it's something that is like bottom of the ocean. We're at the bottom of the ocean here. No thanks. Off the coast of New Zealand, there's an underwater mining facility 8,000 feet under the ocean. The crew stationed there knows that drowning is the least of their worries at such deep depths. Depths. Well, that's honestly probably fitting for this book. That's why they panic when a maintenance member goes missing while out on a repair mission. He had only 8 hours of oxygen and almost a day has gone by since they lost contact, so the crew can only hope to retrieve his body. Then they receive a distress call from him at a depth of 11,000 feet. A small rescue team suits up and dives to find their missing crewmate, but descending into the unforgiving depths of the ocean is much easier than going back up, and the team learns that too late. Now, stranded at the bottom of the trench without the ability to call for help, they realize that coming down here was a terrible mistake. There's something far worse down there than crushing pressure, the ticking timers of the oxygen tanks, and the everlasting darkness that inhabits such depths. And it's hunting them one by one. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a book. I'm excited for it. I'm also very nervous because that's like my biggest fear. So, oh my gosh, I'm excited though. It's going to be good. I also love that it's set in New Zealand. I'm from Australia, but still it's close. It's cool. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I think I put 7 books, if I'm correct. That's all I'm going to put. I usually only read between 6 to 7 books. I think in February I read 5. So it depends. I've given myself a bit of wiggle room, so I'm probably not going to read all of these books, but at least I have my options. And yeah, if you've read any of these books, let me know down below what your thoughts were of them. Of course, no spoilers. And I cannot wait for you guys to see the videos to come. I have some moving vlogs planned. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.